Jesus. Thank you, Father, for giving us the grace to see today. It's not by our power, it's not by our might, it's by your grace. Thank you, Father. May not be highly exalted in Jesus' name. We shall live to see the ending of this program in Jesus' name. Nothing bad will happen to any of us in Jesus' name.
And I have with me my friend and colleague, Mr. Jeffrey. Together we bring greetings from NEEM Foundation. Good afternoon, teachers. Good afternoon, professionals. It's good to have us here again. Or let me use the word. It's good to have myself here again back in Ikorodu. I was at Ikorodu in November, and earlier in December, or middle of December, we came during your Christmas carol. I know you were having an event. And one of the things we want to really encourage you on is we want you to be consistent in learning about cricket. But much more, we want you to be consistent in being good citizens of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. We want you to be good ambassadors of this great secondary school. I like how well I'm speaking to everyone, and there is decorum. Decorum means a state of quietness in the room. Do we understand? Yes. I know we are great students, and we have a couple of topics that we want to teach us over the next 4 weeks. So every Monday you will be seeing myself. Sometimes you will see Mr. Jeffrey, but every Monday you'll be seeing us, and we want to really talk to you about critical topics or very important topics that will help you not just in the game of cricket, but also even in your academics and in your relationship with people. Repeat after me. Self-confidence. Self-confidence. And to help us, I see that we have our journals and book and biros, or rather our books and our biros. So I will write. I remember in primary and secondary school as well, when our teacher wants to start the day, what did they start with? What's today's date? Today is January 23, 2023. Self-confidence. Now, there's something I call, when we have assignments or we have homework, what happens is we're expected to go home to either ask maybe our parents or ask our elder ones about solutions to these assignments. But if there's nobody to answer the question for you, you'd either rely on the examples that your teachers have given you in class, right? To be able to answer it. Now, when you understand the examples clearly in class, you understand the classworks that you're meant to do. When you get home and you see similar situations or similar questions to those you've seen in class or you've solved in class, there is something that you are happy that you can solve the assignment or homework, right? Or, for example, you see a test script, you are happy that you are able to answer this because you've read about it and you are able to answer it. Now, that ability or that happiness or that feeling that you have to be able to solve these test questions or assignments is that you are confident about it. You are confident that you know the answer to it. So even before solving the question or before answering the question, you are confident that you already know the answer to it and you solve it. But if you do not read it at all or you didn't pay attention in class, what happens is that you are not confident that you're able to answer the question. Do you understand? Yes. Alright, so some of the subtopics that we'll talk about under this self-confidence, because of course, what would we talk about confidence is that ability or that feeling where you are able to answer either a question based in class or answer any live question. For example, I'm coming to, what's the name of your school?
Isawo Comprehensive Junior High School.
Isawo Comprehensive Junior High School. So if you've not known me before, and I stop and I say that, can you give me directions on how to get to Agri bus stop? You don't need to read a book to give me directions, right? Yes. All you will need to tell me is to take a bike to the junction, and you will tell me to enter a bus going to Agri, right? Yes. You are confident about it. But one of the things that you need to know is that when you want to learn something new, like you're learning the game of cricket, you've watched football all along. Some of you might intuitively know how to play football because you've watched it for a long period of time. But many of you might not have had the opportunity to watch cricket or play cricket. How many of you here have played cricket before? Have you played cricket before? Raise your hand. So let's say, well, you're not too sure, but
yes, I've tried.
You've tried before. But let's say majority of us, more like over 95% of us. Now I should mention that when someone gets to answer a question, listen carefully. When you laugh at the person, you're not helping the person's confidence. Has it happened before that your secondary school teacher, a subject teacher asks you a question, you think you have an idea of the question, but you don't want to raise your hand because you don't want anybody to laugh at you. Yes. Right? Yes. So what happens is that when people laugh at you, you lose confidence in yourself. It feels like you're not sure. But when someone else answers the question, you're like, yes, I knew the answer. And you'll be wishing that you stood up to answer the question. Has that happened to you before? Yes. Good. So please, when someone gets to answer a question, or when someone gives an opinion, do well to keep to yourself and not laugh at the person. Because when you laugh at people, you are making jest of them, and it doesn't help their confidence at all. Do you understand? Yes, sir. So I said that to say that we would, gradually, what we are doing is that we are learning, it's called a soft skill. You are learning that soft skill on how to respect your friend's opinion or your friend's suggestion or your classmate's suggestion or opinion or idea. Even though you do not understand it yet, or it might not seem to make sense to you yet, the teachers can say that, oh, you got it, but that's not what I'm looking for. It's not an opportunity for you to laugh at the person. All right? Because when you laugh at people, you are indirectly saying that when you also have an idea or suggestion, people will laugh at you. And I know that we are not such in this school, right? We are not such in this school, right? Yes, sir. All right. So the first thing I want us to discuss together, it's not just me talking about it. I also ask you questions like, what do you know about this? If you do not have an idea about it, we are here to learn from each other, and I'm also here to communicate this knowledge that I have to you as well. So what we will talk about is the value that you are and the value that you have. So I'll write it down. Now, the value that you have and the value that you are. I like to give this illustration. For those that play football here, or for those that know how to play street football, like I would say, sometimes you set two tires to be able to play football, right? You set two tires.
We call it post.
You call it post. Good. You set two tires, a post. Now, when someone plays the ball, there's no physical bar or a physical pole. But we have an understanding that when someone plays the ball over the height of the two tires, you see over the bar, it feels like you do not account for it, right?
Yes, sir.
Now, what I further say down the line is, imagine you want to play street football and someone mistakenly or peradventure had an accident and broke his leg. Even though you know how to play football, but because there is a broken leg, you're not confident that you're able to play football that day, right? Why? Because there is a broken bone or a fracture, either to the ankle or to the knee. So what has happened to many of us, like I would say, is that many of us, for the minds that we have or the mindsets that we have, it almost feels like there is a limitation to you believing in yourself. So when you are sure of the idea, you're sure of the answer, it's like it's a broken disc. You're not sure that a broken disc will be able to play very well. You are not sure that what I have in my mind is able to provide a particular solution somewhere. Now, I get to tell people that when there is when you experience a fracture, for people that follow football regularly, or if you've been to any bone setting hospital, what happens is that it's a lot of pain for you to fix that leg, right? It's a lot of pain when you're going through healing. But you get to encourage the people that have experienced fracture that this is what will happen. You will go through pain, but for some days or for some weeks, so that you'll be able to use that leg again, so that you'll be able to play football. Because if you keep it and you don't want anybody to touch that leg, what happens is that there is a deformity for life. Now, I want to believe that even if everybody is old, the oldest person here, maybe you're 20 years old. Maybe Now, there might be people who are lesser than that. There are people who are younger rather than that, maybe 16 or 17 or 14 or 15. So you are in that frame of mind where you are able to still unlearn some of these things. By unlearn, I mean for the longest time, if you've seen an image of, well, can anything good happen in Ikorodu? I'm here to tell you that there is so much that you have within you that you've not yet utilized. You remember in primary school, did they teach us anything like milk teeth and permanent teeth?
Yes.
They told you that, for children between the ages of, say, 4 and 7, your milk teeth start removing, right? The fear that children will have is that we might teeth grow again, but there's a confidence that parents who have gone ahead will tell you that not to worry, it's just a matter of weeks, another one will grow again, right? So this is me coming to tell you that there are some things that you would have to unlearn, knowing that you're not street wise or not street smart. No, you are smart because you have an intellectual mind, and you are wise because you are learning some of this right knowledge that will help you to provide solution to usable communities or to solve problems in the society. Now, I look at your school fence. I see that there are many holes in the school fence created by previous students. Some of us are laughing. Created by previous students, and the reason why we have those holes is for us to be able to climb and scale the fence. I understand that, but is that what we are wired to do? No. Now, do we have an ability? There are some holes in the classrooms as well. Do we have an ability to know what it means to set blocks, to build blocks, to plaster? Yes, we have an ability to learn that. Now, it's almost somewhat easier to destroy than to build. So if I tell you that, oh, for all the holes here, take plaster, take sand, and go cement the wall. It might be difficult because you've not been taught the art of how to use plaster. But some of us have seen some of these construction workers. Yes. You see how they mix cement and sand. It feels like they are professionals at it. But guess what? You know that many of them did not particularly go to a university to learn that.
Yes.
But by reason of learning some of these soft skills or vocational skills, they are professionals at it. Now, we want to train you. Now, you have an advantage. You are in school here, and you are learning what it means to do mathematics, English, integrated science, social science, health education, biology, social studies. But you're wondering that it's too much, you have like 5 assignments to do in a day. But you know what? The reason why you are learning all of this is because we believe you can learn all of this, and we believe that you can grow thereby. So, anybody in JS1 here? Many people in JS1. Did you write common entrance before coming here? Yes. You wrote common entrance. Or what do you call it now? Entrance examination. So you wrote entrance examination. Your parents, some of you, your parents followed you to the school.
No.
But for some of you, I said some, not all. Alright? For some of you, not all. Some of you, your parents followed you. Some of you, guidance. But some of you came here yourself. Right?
Yes.
Your parents are confident that you'll be able to come, write the exam, and even though they might speak in your Yoruba language, they might say that if you like, don't pass, you come back to this house. But you know clearly that your parents love you. So that's the reason why we're all here. We're here to ensure that, you don't need to get involved in crime for you to make a living for yourself. You can get involved in sports. You can get involved in arts. You can get involved in technology. You can get involved in agriculture. You can get involved in education. How many of you here want to be teachers? Do you want to be a teacher? Yeah. Of course, the reason why you are here in this way is because you have teachers here. And not all teachers are, contrary to what you might think about it, not all teachers are doing this because there is no other job out there. Some of them truly and really want to be able to impart knowledge to you all. Do you understand? In university, there are courses like biology education, guidance and counseling that people actually study to be able to guide you through making the better decisions. Now, you're in junior secondary school, right?
Yes, sir.
As you proceed to senior secondary school, there will be the science department, social science department, and art department. But in all of this is that we want to ensure that we release better graduates who will in turn understand what it means to provide solutions. So, in terms of the value you have and the value that you have, we want to talk about strengths, opportunities, and responsibilities. strengths, opportunities, and responsibilities. Now in your book before you, I want you to write 3 strengths that you think and you know that you have. Write out 3 strengths that you think that you know that you have. Strength is what you have ability in doing effectively or efficiently. So what 3 strengths do you have? What 3 strengths do you have? For me, I will go for myself. I know I have effective communication skills. It's a strength for me. It's a soft skill. I know how to play chess. I know how to play Scrabble. I know how to play Monopoly. So I would call that strength critical thinking or analytical thinking. I know how to think and propose solutions on the drawing board or the game board. That's another strength that I have. Another strength I have is that I like to solve mathematics very well. What do you say? No, speak up. You also like maths. What's your name?
Michael.
Come again?
Michael.
Michael. Alright. Did you observe that? So, someone says something and you do not hear clearly. As against saying, you can tell the person, come again, or I beg your pardon, come again. So, you don't need to have, quote and unquote, a different person stand in front of you to teach you how to communicate effectively. What's your name again? Michael. Good. So I'm asking because I didn't register it, but now I registered that, okay, yes, if I see you tomorrow, I'll be able to remember that your name is Michael and her name is Epsiba, right? Epsiba. Good. Alright, so write in your book, and I will ask us, and I will ask for different rows and different columns, like, you know, tell us your name and what are strengths that you have. Okay.
I have the strength to sing.
Strength to sing, good. What else? Okay, so Folashade said she has a good strength to sing, meaning that she has a good vocal strength or a good vocal voice. Alright? Who else again? Okay, yes, I'm seeing it. You have the strength to play football. Okay, good. So, strong bones, you have a good physique to play football. Alright, so let's start with you. Folashade, Michael, Epsiba.
My name is Ezekiel.
Ezekiel.
I have strength to read.
You have strength to read. That's a good one. Strength to read. Yes, your name?
My name is
Ikorodu.
I have a strength of not giving up on anything without incomplete.
So let's call that grit, mental grit. You have grit. Okay, so you have the strength of not giving up on something without completing it. Okay? Give me a moment. Toib.
I have the strength to run around for my parents.
You have the strength to run around for your parents. So, let me ask you a question, and I want you to think about it as a take-home assignment for next week. So, now write this assignment down. What are the strengths that I need to play cricket? What are the strengths that I need to play cricket? Don't whisper. Just like you say, your pencils and your pens do not talk. What are the strengths that I need to play what? So it's an assignment that we'll talk about next week. We see I've not spoken about opportunities and responsibilities, but how do you build self-confidence? Yes, tell us your name and answer.
Having to have courage.
Okay. Okay. Courage in yourself, okay. Has anybody heard the name Mrs. Ikorodu?
No.
Mrs. Ikorodu, you've not heard of her? Okay, so write in your book. Just make a research or make findings or ask questions. Go on Google and find out about Mrs. Ikorodu. Mrs. Ikorodu. Dear Koron, you know I am to give a feedback about your performance in class. So I want you to maintain decorum because I want to be able to help us answer the question.
To have boldness.
To have boldness. Okay, thank you very much. Okay, so you can put your hands down. Glory, you want to answer? Okay, so Glory, answer. Can you project? Can you speak louder, Glory?
strength is by knowing your worth.
How to know your strength is by knowing your worth. So because of how to build self-confidence is also by knowing your worth, right? That's a beautiful answer. So Victoria gave us courage, David told us boldness, and Glory is telling us how to build, how to know your worth, right? How to know your worth. One other thing I would like to add, they are all correct, and we are all learning from each other. Another thing I want to add is that you build self-confidence by knowing the little accomplishments you've done, by celebrating your small wins or your big wins. Do you understand? So like I mentioned, the confidence that you have that you are going to gain admission into GS1 is that you performed very well at your entrance examination, right? The confidence that you have that you will get promotion from GS1 to GS2 is when you write your first term exam, your second term exam, and your third term exam, and you do well, you are told that you are promoted to GS2, right?
Yes.
That's a confidence. It's an accomplishment. So it's not just one exam. They tell you to write first term exam. You know, if you perform maybe at 60%, if you perform at 60%, second term is an opportunity for you to perform at 70%. And in third term, what would happen is when you write your exam, it's a cumulative of the 3 terms and you divide by 3, right?
Yes, sir.
So every accomplishment counts. So I want you to write that. Every accomplishment counts in building self-confidence. Every accomplishment does what? Every accomplishment counts. Alright, so let me just mention ahead. Mr. Jeffrey will come to talk about exploring the relationship between confidence and accomplishment of little tasks. Is Mr. Jeffrey here? Okay, it's about this. Yes, we want to talk about opportunities and responsibilities. So, what opportunities abound around you for you to learn how to play football or for you to learn how to play cricket? Can we identify the opportunities? What are the opportunities? Okay, yes, tell us what opportunities. Okay, that's good. Meaning that you need to be healthy. An opportunity is that you are healthy for you to be able to play cricket with your hand, right, and football with your leg. Okay, let me give you a breakdown of what an opportunity means. If you were not a student of this school, will you be here at this point in time?
No.
So an opportunity is that you're a student of this particular school, right? Yes. So that's the privilege that you have. An opportunity for you to play cricket or football is that you're a student of this school. Can, as much as you're playing this cricket and you have people who are on the streets who are not part of this school, the best they can do is to stand outside of this school to watch you, right?
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
Now, for you to play or for you to represent Nigeria to play cricket or for you to represent Nigeria to play football means that you have to be a citizen of Nigeria, right?
Yes.
No matter how dark or how bright a skin is and you're not a citizen of Nigeria, you'll be able to represent Nigeria to play football or cricket, right?
Yes.
Good. Another opportunity that you would have is that Coach Ingram came to your school and had a conversation with your school principal, head teacher, and teachers, right? And they allowed and they gave the permission for Coach Ingram and myself to speak to you, right? So another opportunity that you have is that you have principals, you have head teachers and teachers who are willing to invest in your capacity building. Do you understand? So if before now you do not understand, okay, what's my principal, why are they being tough on us? Know that at least they are giving you the opportunity for you to meet Coach Ingram, for you to meet Mr. Olajide, for you to meet Mrs. Tosin, for you to meet Mr. Jeffrey. Do you understand?
Yes.
Another opportunity is because your teachers have cooperated. So ideally, even if it is school hours, after school hours, there's an opportunity for you to engage in extracurricular activities, right? Another opportunity that you have is because, listen carefully, is because your parents have allowed you. So if you tell your parents that you want to learn how to play football or how to play cricket, and they say no, and they insist that by 2:30 p.m. you should be at home. If not, they will ensure that you don't attend this school again. What will happen is that you still have to go home, you have to obey your parents. So all of this counts So from your school principal giving you the permission to Coach Ingram, to Mr. Lajide, to Mrs. Tosi, to Mr. Jeffrey, everybody is a major stakeholder in your life, and they've all presented an advantage for you to be able to sit here to learn about self-confidence, and you learn about critical thinking next week. You will learn about sense of purpose and opportunity the upper week. You learn about masculinity on the 4th week. They've given you the opportunity for you to sit here, and much more. You yourself have availed yourself the opportunity to sit here by being healthy and by taking care of your body. Do you understand?
Yes.
So what is expected of you? What are the responsibilities expected of you as students and as players of football and as players of cricket? What are the responsibilities expected of you? Let's talk about this. I know Coach Ingram had mentioned one of it, as when I was coming into the class. Coach Ingram mentioned one of it, and what's that? Who wants to answer? Coach Ingram mentioned one responsibility that is expected of everybody. Victoria? To behave well, that's one. What's your name?
Your name?
What's your name? Stand up and answer your name. Isaiah. Good. Azan. Okay, so Azan, keep standing. What's one responsibility that Coach Ingram emphasized on at the beginning of the class? Focus. Okay, yes. There's a word I want to hear from everyone or from anyone that wants to answer. David? Yes. Please give David a round of applause. So, Coach Ingram had encouraged that do well to be seated by 2:30 p.m., right? That is one responsibility that is expected of you. So we've listed all the stakeholders from or another term for it is all the people involved, from your parents to principal to vice principal to the VPs to the teachers and even to the facilitators. That's the word, facilitators and coach. Before facilitators, to the coach and to the facilitators. So all in all, we want you to take responsibility. So what will happen is, if everybody is seated early enough and you're not rushing from the sun, you won't be wondering that when did we start and what have you missed, right? You're glad that you came early, you're seated. So imagine if anybody comes in at this point in time. You know, it will be difficult for you to tell the person word for word everything I've said for the last, how many minutes? For the last...
Self-confidence. All right. First and foremost, I want to say thank you to Coach Ingram for giving us this opportunity to be here. We were here last year, yeah, in Ikorodu. It was amazing, especially the football. I took the football team, so they're my people. I'm not saying you guys are not good. But yes, cricket is a fun game. I think I know one or two about cricket. I usually study the sport, so I understand how it works. But we are talking about self-confidence, and so far, who can note the points that Mr. DJ just gave you guys? Yes. Your name? Okay.
My name is
Forward Balogun. All right.
Mr. DJ knows that we should have self-confidence about ourselves, what we say. We should be courageous to say whatever we want to say.
Good. Please give him a round of applause. Good. Any other guy? Well, yes. Your name and then?
My name is Elena.
Sorry?
Elena.
Helena. Okay.
Our teacher told us that we should have self-confidence in doing things. What we do, we should have self-confidence.
What you do, you should have self-confidence in doing what you do. Okay, give her a round of applause. Alright, football team. Okay. What's your name? Ebube. Yeah, I think this is the second time I'm saying that name. Ebube, okay?
what we learn about what the Lord's Spirit teaching us is that we should have, let me say, he told us about experience, like I don't know how to put it, like how we have, yes, things that we have experienced in what we have been doing since, like all those things, the experience that we have, the courage and the peace.
Okay, please give a round of applause. So basically what he's saying is the little things you do matters in building your self-confidence. That's what he's saying. For example, I think I heard him give I think I heard him say something about how you take care of yourself and all of that. Okay. Let's say this. When you wake up in the morning and you're coming to school, what is the first thing you do? No, like if you want to say anything, hands up. You guys are a lot. Yes, you are the back there. You wake up. Now let's imagine I'm supposed to come to school today, and then I wake up in the morning, but I'm on the bed and I'm lying down, or I go and put on my television and I'm watching TV. What do my parents do? They'll beat you, yeah? Now there is what we call joy when you do minute things. When I mean minute things, small things. For example, you say you wake up in the morning, you have your bath, you brush your teeth, you do your early morning prayers. Why? Will they shout at you that you've never bath? Will they shout? No. Now, that little thing you did, having your bath, brushing your teeth, your early morning prayers, because you are coming to school. From your home, you already have self-confidence. And then you come down to school, your uniform is clean, you have to resume school by 7 o'clock. 7 what?
7 o'clock.
7 o'clock. And then you enter the school by let's say 7:40. When you are entering, there's one Mr. Yusuf. I don't know that the name in the school, but there's always one Mr. Yusuf that used to hold one very nice bulala for somebody that is coming by 7:20, and you are coming by 7:40, and you are passing the gate, and it's at the gate waiting for you people. So if you are passing the gate, will you pass like this? Can you? No. Why? Because you are late. Because you are late. Quite alright. And that means when you see Mr. Yusuf, your heart will. So your self-confidence automatically has gone. Because you came late. But when you come 6:50 or 6:55 and you are passing through the gate and you see Mr. Yusuf, how will you pass? With confidence. Now, what he's saying is the minute things, the small things that you guys think is nothing, those things actually build your self-confidence. When you are going for training as a sportsman, your kits or whatever you are using are clean. You get to the field early. You do your exercise or whatever. All these things build your confidence. If you come late, there's a good chance that your coach will tell you, go to one side, or you will not play. All those things kills self-confidence. Now, what we are really talking about today is pay attention to the minute things. Pay attention to the very simple things you think is nothing. These things build your character. I think you wrote great singing, football, reading. When you are talking of singing, you need to know how to sing. They'll bring you to a stage to come and sing. If you can sing very well in your private place, you have sang one song for too long, if they bring you out on stage, there's a high chance that you will actually do well. But if you don't rehearse at all, you have no training, and they put you on the stage to come and sing or talk, what happens? You flop. Your self-confidence, Otilo. You get me?
Yes, sir.
So there is joy. Or when they were asking, how do you build self-confidence? It comes with the little things you do. How you prepare for your sport, how you prepare for class. When you are done with today right now, I want to believe that when you get home, these clothes you are wearing, because I think after now you will go and do some sports, then you will sweat. Your clothes will attract sweat. When you get home, I want to believe you will go and wash these clothes before tomorrow morning. If not, if you don't wash it, and then you come to training tomorrow, and then you are smelling, your friends around begins to say some comments to you that you do not like, and then it kills your self-confidence. But if you do what you have to do, basically self-confidence comes by doing what you have to do. Build yourself up. The little things matters. The very small things that you ignore, that you think does not count. Wash yourself, clean yourself, make good of your time. Come to class early or come for sport early. Mr. Ingram said, and they were writing names of latecomers. You know, those people now feel a little bit shaky. Next time they might come in early. But when you come early to a class like this, 2:30 you are here, nobody will call your name. Even if they call your name, they are calling your name for something good, not
else talking. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
When I'm talking,
Don't stop.
thank you. When I say stop,
Stop.
and the most important thing is, we have fun. Understood?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so first of all, I want you shoulder width apart, hands this way. If you're touching somebody, that means you're too close. Cricket is a very serious game. That means you need to listen. Right. Let me see you look deep. If you're touching one another, 1, 2, 3. You said 4, 5. No change. That's all right, leave them. It's normal. It's a basic exercise. Watching? Can you all see down there? Yes, sir. Hands up, shout loud. Can you see me? Yes, sir. Can you see me?
Yes, sir.
Can you see me?
Yes, sir.
Great, fantastic. Okay, so first of all, feet. We're going to be doing catching today. Okay? Key points. Feet, shoulder width apart, width of my shoulders. Feet are pointing forward. My knees are going to be slightly bent. My 2 small fingers will cross over. And then you can do the demos for them actually. You can demo for them so they can see it from you. Fingers will point down to the ground. Are you watching?
Yes, sir.
And I will throw the ball into the player's hand. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Done. Very simple. Understood? That's catching. We'll go again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now, what I want you to practice opening and closing. So, open, close. Open, close. Open, close. Open, close. Right. So now. Let's go. This group. 5. Let's go. 5. Let's go. Ready? Set. Go. Big ball. 1. Big the ball. You guys put your points on camera. See? Don't let the ball to fall from your hand. Go down.
Excuse me.
Well done. One, 2, 3, 4, 5. Well done. Let's go. 1, 2, 3. Next. 1, no, next. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Well done. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Well done. You don't got a ball. Go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, well done. Okay, those of you who did the exercise without dropping the ball, hands up. Hands up, without dropping the ball.
If you know you catch the ball without dropping the ball.
If you drop the ball, hands up. If you drop the ball, keep your hands down. Samuel, come.
Yeah,
Right. Listen carefully, quiet.
Wait, go back.
Listen. If you have not dropped the ball in that first exercise, you will then move out 5 steps. As they have now. Alright, so move that 5 steps. That's okay. Good. Let's go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. The important thing is you can move your feet. You don't have to stand by the cone. So the ball's there. I've moved to it. Yeah? Move to it. Move to it if you need to. Alright? Good. My ball. Let's go. Okay, you ready? Yeah.
You can sit down. Oh my discovery.
Push, colon. Hey, dada. Go essayer. Ode.